When you think about what's powering the AI revolution, your mind probably jumps straight to chip makers, right? But today, we're going to talk about a company that might just hold the real key, Bloom Energy.
Okay, we have to start with this number because it really changes the entire story. $20 billion. That is the size of Bloom Energy's current contracted backlog. And look, that's not a forecast, that's not a hope. That's a queue of signed deals.
So let's be super clear about this. We're talking about a global line of massive companies who have already signed on the dotted line and are just waiting for their stuff to be delivered. In fact, this backlog grew by $6 billion in a single quarter. So what on earth is driving this kind of insane demand?
Well, it all comes down to a problem that's quickly becoming one of the biggest stories in tech. It's AI's dirty little secret, its hidden power problem.
Just think about it for a second. All these mind-blowing AI models need gigantic data centers, and those data centers are unbelievably thirsty for power. The reality is, the infrastructure for AI is just scaling way faster than our traditional power grid can possibly handle.
And this is a fundamental shift in the game. For decades, the bottleneck in tech was always about the speed of the chips. But now, it's about just getting enough raw electricity to the servers that run on those chips.
Here's the problem in a nutshell. Imagine you're a hyperscaler and you want to build a new data center. You call up the local utility and they might tell you, sure, we can get you that power in, 3 or 4 years. In the world of AI, that's a lifetime. Bloom Energy, on the other hand, they can deploy on-site power in a matter of months.
And that brings us to Bloom's core advantage. It's one of the most valuable things in tech right now. Pure, unadulterated speed.
Bloom's whole solution is built around these really sleek, modular fuel cells. They provide clean, super reliable power right on site, which means you get to completely bypass all the delays and all the problems of the old-school grid.
And here you can see what they look like in the real world. You can install these modules directly at your facility, whether it's a data center, a hospital, you name it. And you get the power you need right when you need it. It's a distributed solution for a very immediate problem.
But the opportunity for Bloom isn't just about data centers. It's really about being in the perfect place at the perfect time, as 3 massive global trends are all hitting at once.
Okay, first up, as we've been talking about, is the absolute explosion of AI data centers. This is, without a doubt, the main thing driving that monster backlog.
Second, you've got this growing need for energy security. I mean, with our grids becoming more unstable and all the geopolitical craziness, companies just can't risk their power supply going down. Having your power on site means you're in control.
And the third trend is this bigger shift towards decentralized, always-on power. The world is kind of moving away from relying on a few huge centralized power plants and moving toward a model that's more spread out and much more resilient. This collision of trends is doing something really interesting. It's totally changing how the market sees this company. It's shifting from being a speculative bet to being seen as essential infrastructure.
And we're not talking about small-time customers here. We're talking tech giants like Oracle, huge infrastructure investors like Brookfield, and massive utilities like AEP. These guys don't make small bets. They make huge strategic moves to lock in power certainty for their future.
The numbers really do tell the story. They're looking at around $2 billion in revenue for 2025, with guidance already pointing to over $3 billion for 2026. But that $20 billion backlog, that gives them this incredible visibility into their revenue for years to come. It's the clearest sign of where this whole thing is headed. And there might be another catalyst just over the horizon. There's a new fuel cell tax credit that could hit in 2026, and that would make the economics even better for customers, potentially pouring a whole lot of fuel on an already roaring fire. So really, this feels like a turning point. For years, Bloom was seen as this kind of speculative clean energy company. But now, it's being completely redefined as critical infrastructure. It's the classic picks and shovels for the AI gold rush. Except here, the picks and shovels are literally power plants. And all of this leaves us with one last really fascinating question to think about. For decades, the AI race was all about who had the fastest chips or the smartest algorithms. But what happens when the real bottleneck, the real limiting factor, is just getting enough electricity? In that world, maybe the companies that can deliver power the fastest are the ones who really end up winning it all.